Hey guys, today I'm excited to talk to you about the Marvel Eternals mid and post credit scenes. Now, fair warning, this is going to be spoilers, you guys. I'm going to fully dive into it. Not only am I going to explain what exactly happens in the mid and post credit scenes, I am going to give you my theories for the future of the MCU, what this all could mean, where we might see this come up again, and all sorts of stuff like that. So if you have yet to watch Eternals and you don't want to be spoiled for this, and I do know that the news for some of this is out there, guys, but I'm just full disclosure, full warning, spoilers ahead, spoilers. So please, if you want to remain in the dark about this, and trust me, it should be experienced on the big screen without even knowing about it for the first time. My theater erupted. It was amazing. It was such a great experience. And I hope that you all do get that experience. So come back to this video after you've watched it. And then we'll talk about it and we'll discuss, and you guys can get loud down in the comments and we can all throw out our theories and have full discussions on what we think is to come, because they're game changers, guys. Absolute game changers. All right, let's dive into this. Now, if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you take 1 second, hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on more videos like this. Okay, let's talk about these Eternals mid and post credit scenes. Hey, Tessa from MamasGeeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel. Okay, guys, so I actually saw Eternals for the first time along with John and Greg from Real Rejects and Warren from Cosmic Wonder at the world premiere in Hollywood, and it was an amazing experience. So it was funny because Warren and I were the ones who, like, the only ones in our little area who knew exactly what was going on in that mid-credit scene. And at one point, I think we ended up like holding hands and being like, like yelling things, and poor John was in between us like, shut up, guys, I can't hear. Anyway, it was fun. It was a good time. But let me tell you how Eternals ends. So at the very end, those that are left on Earth get like brought out, sucked out. It's incredible visuals, by the way, to Arishem, who's like, hey, listen, you guys, we're supposed to let the Earth be destroyed, and like instead you stopped the Celestial and you did this and that and blah, 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 and humans are supposed to be dead, basically, right? So he says, and this is something from the comics too. He basically says, I'm going to judge. When Judgment Day comes, I'm going to judge on if these humans are worth living or not, okay? And he says, your memories are going to tell me, and he disappears with them. So then, of course, we have Druig and Kingo and Kingo and Makari are on the ship, okay? And they've already gone out. They were trying to find other Eternals and explain to them what was going on and let them know that they were only there so that Celestials could be born. And so they're out there on the ship. This is in the mid-credit scene, starts off with them on the ship, okay? And they're like, we haven't heard from them in a while, meaning the other Eternals that disappeared, right? So says, I don't know, like we haven't heard from them, so we need to find them. Basically, right? They're making this plan. They're realizing it was Arishem, okay? They're coming to that realization that this Celestial came, took them, we need to go find them. And then there's like this light flicker. It's almost like a rainbow light flickering type thing that's going on. And out comes Pip the Troll. Oh my God, this is when I freaked out, okay? Pip the Troll, voiced by Patton Oswalt. He comes out, and this is the moment where Warren and I are like, wait, who is it going to be, right? Because someone who's with Pip the Troll a lot in the comic books is Adam Warlock, who just recently was announced as cast as Will Poulter from James Gunn. So in my head, I'm immediately like, wait, hold on. Is this going to be Adam Warlock? Is that why they allowed his casting to come out right around this movie? That's crazy, and my brain is spinning. And then I very quickly realize, so Pip the Troll's out there, and he's like introducing, blah, 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 and then as he's introducing him, okay, and the words he's using, which are hilarious, and then they're escaping me at the moment exactly what he said, but he's like, brother of Thanos, and you're just like, a son of Titan, I think, or whatever words he uses, and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be Eros, it's gonna be Star Fox. Is Harry Styles actually playing him? Because there was rumors of that way before that he was cast as some character, and we weren't really sure. And in my head, I wasn't even thinking Harry Styles until we saw him. And I was like, oh my gosh, they did not put Harry Styles in the MCU. This is insane to me. And so Star Fox steps out, Eros steps out, and is like, you don't have to say that every time. That's embarrassing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go save save Earth. Let's go save everybody. Let's go figure this thing out. And you're just like, what is happening? So basically, Pip the Troll, who's very drunk, per usual, is voiced by Patton Oswalt. Harry Styles is playing brother of Thanos, Eros, a.k.a. Star Fox. We'll talk about him in a second once I'm done explaining both scenes. And he is there, and he's there to help. And he looks amazing, by the way. His outfit is incredible, and I was just like, my brain exploded a little bit, and Warren and I are freaking out, excited. I mean, it was a moment, and the entire theater erupted as well. I think some people probably just were yelling to yell. They don't even know what this means. They just knew it was Harry Styles. I don't think, and many people know who Star Fox is. Maybe they do. I don't know, but I was excited because of what this could potentially mean for the future, which we will dive into in a second, but let's talk about that post-credit scene. So you're reeling off this high. They pop up, Patton Oswalt, Harry Styles, credits continue, let's go. And we're like, all right, what's going to happen next? Like, that was insane. And so you think it's maybe going to be some silly thing. I mean, we didn't get very much of Kit Harington in the movie, okay? We know he's Dane Whitman. We know that he's going to be the Black Knight. This is just something that is known from the comics. And you're like, okay, all right. And he did hint when he was talking to Cersei right before she got sucked away. He said, I have to admit to you, like, my family's got some weird history too, right? And so he never gets to tell her, though, because she gets sucked away by Arishem. So now in the post-credit scene, he's walking around the room, like, hyping himself up. He's got this case, right, a box that is clearly holding a sword. And we all know it is the sword, right? And he's pacing back and forth, and he's like trying to hype himself up. He opens it up. It's got the words on it, and he's like, I don't know if I can do this. And so he reaches for the blade, and it has this really cool effect. You see the black just start kind of like coming off and going towards his fingers, and he's about to grab it. And then you hear someone who you don't see, okay? And the voice says, are you sure you're ready for that, Dane Whitman, or Mr. Whitman, or something like that, right? And so there's so many theories here because it is very quick. Some people think it is going to be like his family, right? Is it Merlin? Is Merlin the one who's like saying that to him? Or, and this is my thought, immediate thought, and again, I need to watch it a second time to know. I've still only seen it at the premiere, and it has been a few days. But I believe it could be Jeffrey Wright, who was there, by the way, as the Watcher. And he said in the What If press conference that there's potential for him to be live action in the MCU at some point as the Watcher. It could have been him, the Watcher interfering for some reason. Feels like it could have been that. I don't know. Maybe that's wishful thinking. I definitely would not be upset at being someone else, being Merlin or Arthur or someone. And that, because obviously that's that connection there with the sword. But if it is the Watcher and it has to do at all with this, I mean, the multiverse is cracking. We didn't see that in Eternals. But obviously that's going to be coming in the future here. Eternals is going to be looped into this, I imagine, into this multiverse craziness. So could the Watcher be... I don't know. But a theory I have is that this is the Watcher. He's interfering for whatever reason, and which he very rarely does, but there's clearly a reason to interfere in this case. And he's telling him, like, are you ready? Like, yo, this is what's going to happen. You pick up that sword, things are about to change. Or Merlin doing the same thing, you know, hey, this is just like, I know you say, you know, it's your family and yada yada, but like, let me tell you, let me break it down as to what is going to happen, right? You're going to become the Black Knight. Now, all you see of the sword is it's wrapped up and you see the sword. I imagine this is the Ebony Blade. It has that black that's kind of coming off and reaching towards him. It's a black, dark version of Excalibur. So I believe that is this sword. I did hear someone say they thought it was the Power Lance. I didn't notice that. Again, it's very hard to tell. It was very quick. It's in the box. And your mind is spinning at that moment. So I do need to see it again. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. But I would put money on the fact that it's the Ebony Blade. I don't know that I'd put money on the fact that it's the Watcher speaking to him, but I really want it to be the Watcher speaking to him. I think that would be incredible and a great way to bring Jeffrey Wright into this live action. And we did already know, we've been told that What If is canon, and that some of it is going to be bleeding into the MCU. There's heavy rumors that Captain Carter is coming to live action. So I don't know. Fingers crossed it's Jeffrey Wright. But maybe that is wishful thinking. Like I said, I've only heard it once, and the place was screaming, so it's a little hard to hear. So I do need to hear that again, but that would be incredibly amazing. Okay, so now let's get back to who Star Fox is and what this could mean for the MCU with Star Fox being a part of this. Now, Star Fox and Pip the Troll are both major characters surrounding this kind of stuff in the comic books, okay? Like I said, Pip the Troll works with Adam Warlock a lot. So I'll be excited to see what happens with them in the future. They've got some ties to the Soul Stone, which honestly, I think we're done with the stones for now. We've already done the Infinity Stones. We've done that thing. We've gone that route. So I'm not sure we'll get that, but I still would love to see Pip and Adam team up. And those two plus Gamora are like one of the best trios in the comics. They're just a lot of fun. So I'm kind of hoping to see that, or at least get some nods to that anyway, in the MCU. But for Star Fox, now he is Thanos' brother, okay? His powers are really cool. He can basically just persuade people to do things, okay? Especially if he gets close to them. He can make them fall in love with him. He can make them fall in love with other people. He can persuade them to do things, make them think it's their choice. So one of the most popular storylines in the comic books, Thanos tells people that his obsession with death and with wanting to get rid of 50% of, I was going to say the world population, but the population of everywhere, is because of something that his brother, Eros, aka Star Fox, did to him when he was younger. Put that in his mind. Now that is not true, but he even starts to believe it. Eros starts to believe it. And then, so what he does is he asks his father and the Titans to get rid of this power of his, okay? And they kind of like bind up the power. It eventually does come back, especially once things are found out that this was not true. But that's kind of an interesting storyline. Although Thanos is dead, are we going to see another version of Thanos? I'm not sure. But, you know, it is what it is. That was really interesting. And I don't think we'll have Thanos come in. I really don't. And if we do, it'll be very brief. So I don't know that they'll go that storyline, but that's a great storyline. And it just shows that he doesn't want to hurt people. The reason he wanted that power to go away is because he didn't want more people to get hurt because of him. So he's essentially kind of a good guy, although he's like really a womanizer. You know, he uses it for not the best ways with his powers, which I don't imagine they're going to put into the MCU. But, you know, they had the first sex scene and the first homosexual kiss on screen in Eternal. So who knows? Maybe in the future they'll make this guy a womanizer and persuade women to do things with him by using his powers. Probably not, but you never know, I guess. That feels awful. I kind of hope they don't go that way. I don't think they will. Not with Disney attached to Marvel. But anyway, so Star Fox is amazing. At some points, he's an Avenger. I mean, he works with the Eternals alongside the Eternals. He is an Eternal, really. So it's kind of exciting to see him in the MCU. I just don't know where they're going to go with this. Harry Styles is very much an interesting choice, and I'm excited to see where it goes. We only saw about 30 seconds of him acting, and it was fine. I was just overall excited to see Star Fox, so not really sure how he's going to be as the character overall. Unfortunately, because it is Harry Styles, it makes me a little nervous that maybe we're not going to see a lot of Star Fox in the future, which I would love to see more Star Fox in the future. But hey, maybe he has time to film when he's not on tour and doing other things. I don't know. But I would definitely love to see Star Fox become a major character of Phase 4 of the MCU. So fingers crossed that happens. I'm just excited to see Pip the Troll as well, who is voiced by Patton Oswalt, which feels absolutely perfect. Pip was fantastic. So there you guys have it. The mid-credit scene and the post-credit scene explained as to who these characters are and what we might potentially see in the future of the MCU. You guys let me know your theories down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at MamasGeeky over there. MamasGeeky. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.